What's up everyone, Brad here with the Money Dad channel. In this video I'm going to go over a stock that I just found that I think has huge profit potential here going forward based on its stock chart patterns that I'm seeing, also the incredible volume that it's doing it on. That's actually how I found this stock. I was over at barchart.com looking at the daily volume leaderboard, and today, February 8th, I'm looking at the leaderboard and they are the 5th most traded stock on the day at 93 million shares traded in volume. So absolutely insane day for Senseonics. This is stock ticker SENS. So I want to tell you guys real quick about this company. Look, just being honest, I don't know a ton about it. I just found it today. I'm basing this trade off of stock chart patterns like I always do on this channel, but I do want to at least show you a little bit about the company so you have an idea of what you would be investing or trading. So Senseonics is a company that manufactures and sells these healthcare products, and it looks like the primary product that they have is for management of diabetes, which obviously is massive these days. That is a huge problem to solve, and a huge industry if you are the leading product maker in that space, right? I'm not saying they are, but that's a huge space to be in these days, right? So that's what they do. They make healthcare products. Okay, so like I was saying, they traded today on massive volume. That's how I found them on bar chart, the leaderboard there. So let's take a look at the stock chart here, because as I was going through this volume leaderboard, I was looking at some of these stocks, and I've done some videos on some of these, but this is how I typically find stocks to tell you guys about when I'm looking for these trades. I will pull up these volume leaderboards and I will punch these stock tickers into TradingView until I find one that has a trade setup, because the top of the volume leaderboard, the highest traded or most traded stocks, all this massive volume, that's typically happening through these massive institutions of day traders, because they have these patterns on them, right? So I'm not saying that every single one of them has stock chart patterns on them. I'm saying stock chart patterns are on those kinds of stocks more often than if you were just going through any other list, like my watch list full of stocks that are not anywhere near that leaderboard, right? So that's how I find these stock chart patterns quickly. I go to the top of that volume leaderboard, and more often than not, I find some stock chart patterns pretty quickly. So found this one today. I wanted to show it to you guys because there are some patterns here that look really good, and I think right now, like as soon as you can get into this stock, the sooner the better, because I think this is about to blast off, and I'm going to show you exactly why right now. So you can see here on this chart that we've had some big run-ups in price, followed by long periods of consolidation or just kind of chopping sideways, right? So right here, for example, this stock went from the 40-cent range all the way up to the $1.10 range on just a massive quick move. It only took 2 days to do that, and then it just chopped sideways for like 2 weeks, right? Well, look what this massive move was on. Big volume, right? Volume didn't even exist on this stock compared to these 2 days right here. Big move up in price on big volume, and then it chopped sideways for about 2 weeks on next to no volume, right? So what happens right after that? You get this little breakout candle on big volume, and then it just shoots to the moon, right? It goes from that what are we looking at, 90-cent range to all the way up to the $3.50 range, right? Just tripled in 3 days, 4 days. Absolute nutty move on massive volume again, right? Okay, so keep that in mind as I'm talking about this next segment. What do we have going on here? It's consolidating again, right? Except this time it is making a perfect bull pennant. Let me show you. You've got your overhead resistance right here. You've got your support line right here, and you've got your flagpole right here. That looks like as perfect a bull pennant as you could draw up, right? You've got multiple touches on the resistance at the top of the bull pennant. You've got multiple touches on the bottom of the bull pennant on that support, making this support and resistance legitimate support and resistance lines. And now what do you have going on right here? What happened in the last 2 days? You had a breakout over the bull pennant, and you have even more bullish activity with today's huge gap up. By the way, I didn't even tell you guys what the stock did today, up 22%. So we have a bull pennant, which is a bullish chart pattern. It's a continuation pattern of a bull trend, and this stock was absolutely in a bull trend before the pattern, so that checks out. And because it's a continuation pattern, what that means is this pattern suggests that we will continue the trend that was happening before this pattern set up, right? So we had a bullish pattern before, a bullish trend before this pattern. So this pattern is suggesting we will continue that, right? We're going to break out to the upside of this bull pennant and continue to the upside. It doesn't happen every time, right? This is the stock market. There's no guarantees here, but a bull pennant pattern has a higher probability of playing out to the upside than the downside. That's why it's a bullish continuation pattern, because the probabilities are there for it to make sense to trade, right? It's just a higher chance that it's going to go higher than lower after this pattern sets up. Okay, so now that I've explained the bull pennant, the history of the chart, things like that, I want to say when to get in, because this is a really easy one. The time to get into this stock is right now, like right this second, like as you're watching this video. Let me caveat that with, I wouldn't do it overnight, like after market hours or before market hours. I would wait until you are during market hours, sometime between 9:30 and 4 o'clock Eastern. I would also wait to see what this looks like tomorrow. If we have a massive down day, that's the only thing that would bar me from buying into this stock tomorrow. If we just have a massive down day where it's like down under, let's say 270, looks like would be the cutoff, because that's when you start to break down under this line right here. But you would have to, you're talking about like a third of it would need to be down like 33% or something like that for it to break down that much. I really don't see that happening. I could absolutely see another huge update tomorrow. So hopefully we get in at a decent price here, because I'm going to show you the price target now, and there's a ton of upside on this stock. But if we have another huge update tomorrow, then obviously that's going to cut into our profit potential. So let's see what's going to happen tomorrow, and if we can get a decent buying price on this one. So we copy the flagpole from the bull pennant, and we start it wherever we think the new bull trend is going to start. So I'm going to say this candlestick right here is the bottom, and we're heading up from here. So this is our new flagpole of our new trade, okay? And this suggests we're going to $5.45 on this stock. That's currently trading at $3.75. So what is that, $1.70? You've got $1.70 profit potential on a stock that's trading at $3.75. I'm going to need the calculator for that one. It's getting late over here, guys. I don't know about you, but I need the calculator for that one. $1.70 divided by 375. So you got a 45% gain potential on this trade. And it could happen over the matter of a couple of days, maybe even one day. I think this thing is going to move quick. It's a penny stock. These penny stocks trade, with a lot of volatility, so they're going to swing up and down. For example, look, if you rode this bull trend up right here, you were really feeling it, and it felt good when you got all the way up here. But look what happened in just one day. It went from 390 down to 250, and then the next day it went even lower to 220. These are massive swings, but in the long run it ends up going higher and you're safe. It's just a little worrisome when you're in the middle of that, right? It doesn't feel good. So keep that in mind when you're in these trades, these penny stock trades. They swing with massive volatility. You really got to have your sticky pants on. I guess in the stock market world, that's kind of a phrase. Have your sticky pants on for this stuff, because you don't want to get out of a trade when it's at its low and then it just goes straight back up right after that, right? That would suck. Nobody wants to do that. So I would say 270 is the stop out. That's a massive swing down from 375. So let's hope that we don't start swinging down. So I'm going to wait to see what the action looks like tomorrow when we open. If we open, with anything else other than a big gap down, then I'm going to buy into the stock, because I do think based on this stock chart pattern that we're going to 545. Okay, and just to give a little extra context here, a few other opinions anyway, I'll show you TradingView has a buy rating based on the technicals, so they kind of agree with us here that this stock is going higher. And then if we click on over to bar chart, we can click on the SENS stock ticker and see over here that bar chart also has a strong buy with a 100% buy rating, and they rank in the top 1% of all short-term signal directions. Long-term indicators fully support the continuation of the trend. So short-term and long-term bar chart is very bullish on Senseonics. So this stock chart pattern looks really good, guys. This company looks really good going forward, at least in the short term. I think there's massive gains here to be had. I mean, long term, who knows? I haven't done enough research on this company to really know if this is going to be a good buy and hold long-term stock. It absolutely could be. I just don't know because I haven't done that kind of research. I only did the research to show you the stock chart pattern that I see on this chart that I think will play out over the next couple of days or maybe week or two at the very most. Okay, so that's what I got for this video, guys. I see 545 as the price target on Senseonics, stock ticker SENS. We're currently trading at $3.75, so that's something in the range of a 45% profit potential over the next couple of days or 2 weeks at the most. Okay, if you guys like this video, please hit that like button if you haven't yet. If you're not a subscriber yet, what you saw in this video is what I do all the time. I make stock price predictions based on the chart patterns that I see on those stock charts, and we've done really well with these predictions so far on this channel. So hit that subscribe button if you want to continue to see videos like this. Okay, I will see you guys down in the comments below and in the next video. Thanks.